Good evening. Myself, Safira Rashid. I welcome you all to the webinar on the topic from Skewer to Savor, Shawarma and Grill Food Safety Essentials. This is our second webinar on the webinar series we plan to conduct on second Tuesdays every month. And remember, it's a CPD enabled event. Ensure that in order to get your certificates, you have already registered. And I'll share the link once again in the chat box. And our presenter, Mr. Muhammad Riyaz Teyambatil, is all set to start the session. Okay, and Mr. Riyaz, who is having more than 14 years of food safety, regulatory, and inspection related experiences in UAE. And currently, he is working with Aspire Trainings, Research, and Consulting. He'll be discussing more in detail about the topic shawarma and grill food safety essentials. Let me welcome him, Mr. Muhammad Riyaz, and also all of you, and thank you for registering. Let's start the session.
Hi, good evening, all of you. I hope my voice is visible and the screen is visible to you all. So once again, good evening, guys. So I hope everyone all good. So as mentioned earlier, like this is our second session in the webinar series we are doing every month. So like every month, second Tuesday we are planned 6 to 7. UAE time. This is the plan, and this is the second session in this series. Once again, thank you all for attending the session. So today we will be discussing about the shawarma and grill, the food safety practices, and what are the risk factors regarding this. So, like recent days, like there are a lot of food poisoning cases happen, and even death happen or serious issues happened regarding after eating shawarma, and there was incidents of banning shawarma and some part of and of course there is lot of risk related to this one, and every day like even grills, like there are a lot of wrong food safety practices happening whenever we go through any streets, like even in UAE, in when we go to India, many places we can see the very like some of the bad practices that can that has potential to result in very serious issues. So this is what we thought of having a session on this one. So before we start, like let me introduce our company, Asper Training Research Consulting. As you all know, like we have three domains, like training, research, and consulting. And we have our corporate office in Dubai and offices in India, Cochin, Bangalore, Chennai, and in Riyadh we are about to start. So uh, like uh, like we have three vertical mainly, like training. We are doing trainings on different verticals, consultation and product research, product development, like kind of researches we are conducting, and consultation for food safety management systems and other quality management systems and different management systems. And about myself, I'm currently working as a manager for training research consult for Aspire, and I'm working in this field for last 16 years. So we will go to the session. So today we are about to discuss about shawarma and grill safety practices. So as we all know about the preparation of shawarma, like uh, mainly like there like it can be made of poultry meat or any other meat like beef or generally it will be like meat and poultry. So generally normally it is in a vertical skewer and there will be a broiler source of heat, and this is being cooked on this particularly designed shawarma machine, and a thin slice of this will be cut and it will be wrapped sometime along with some sauces or some vegetables. So there are a lot of risk factors as food safety professionals or food safety those who are working in food safety are well aware about this one. Like when we have different kind of like there will be raw ready to eat items along with sometimes like the sauces that use eggs, raw eggs for preparation. So like this lot of risk factors are there, and grills like on a skewer or on a charcoal it can be done. So like the heat coming from outside, so the thick parts like like they'll be difficult for like the factor there uh, regarding this like when it is being cooked, the heat coming from outside, that we have to ensure that the inner areas like the thicker areas has been properly cooked. So when there is a rush or the temperature not maintained properly, there are a lot of risk factors, like it is not adequately cooked and it is being served. And we might have, many of you might have experienced this one in different situations. Like so, like when there is a rush, they want to serve it quickly. Then there is a risk, and sometime when there is no rush, people are coming. There'll be the orders are very limited. Then also there is a rush because the outside area will start to overcooked and it will start to like get charred. Like then uh, the shop owners will tend to switch it off to reduce the heat source. So that is another risk factor adding to this. So you might have seen like recent days there are lot of couple of cases happened in different areas. Like so, in order to uh, ensure that that is not happening, there is the banning the shawarma because it's consumed in different part of the world, like different nationalities, and many people like this dish, and banning is not a solution, of course, as you know. So we will think about the best practices what we can follow for ensuring the safety of shawarma and grill preparation. So let us think about what are all the major risk factors. So the start with like the preparation process. So let's say like this it start not only with the preparation like before like it start with the supply chain, the quality of meat. Many cases, especially in India, we have noticed this. Like there is huge issue with supply chain. There is specialized meat that is being served, that is being distributed by people for using shawarma. Because once it is like cooked and a thin cut, so the quality of meat, people think that it is not a matter. Like many time when we get like shawarma from some places, it will be like more than the content of meat, there will be vegetables, especially cabbage and all, and there will be a lot of mayonnaise. So like few years back, like Saudi Food Safety Authority, they come up with there'll be standard. They made it like a percentage of meat and all these things. So this is essential that like at least 50% of shawarma, there'll be meat portion. So the quality of meat, that is very important. And when it comes to the preparation process, like we have to ensure proper temperature control that is being done. Like when we prepare the skewer, uh, so the like the thin cut sometime, like people will be getting it source from the distributor itself, like the cuts, like the boneless cuts, specially prepare for that, and it will be marinated, then it will be prepared on the skewer. So adequate facilities and temperature control should be ensured, and there will be some delay, like no, like after made it prepared, and normally shawarma restaurant they start in the evening time. Like people prefer to have shawarmas in the evening. Generally, that is the practice. So like maybe it is after marination, it will be kept for some time, so to ensure that the meat is properly marinated and ensure the proper flavoring. So like it is very essential to ensure the temperature control. So this is one of the critical points here, to ensure the temperature control below 4 degrees, to ensure there is no multiplication of bacteria. So adequate facility should be available for that one. So it is on the skewer. So that the refrigerator should be adequate size to accommodate the skewer together. So that is one of the main thing to be considered. And preparation areas, there will be adequate preparation areas. If there is cutting is happening, washing is happening, there should be adequate area for that. uh, then another risk factor about this failure of cooking process. So the broiler, there is heat source from one portion of the the design of shawarma machine. So like whenever there is more rush, so they will increase the temperature, and what happened, the heat source will be higher. Then what happened, the outer portion will be cooked easily, but it is not ensuring the inner layer adequately cooked. So what happened, the outer portion will be darkened, like it is getting charred. Then the cuts that may have, uh, like when they cut it, there can be possibility of mixing the undercooked meat parts. So it has to be ensured that it is adequately cooked. Uh, Sometime when there is very less people, very less busy, they reduce the heat or switch off the heat to keep it. There is a heat, there is a risk factor, like the skewer is exposed to normal temperature, then there can be multiplication of bacteria again. Insufficient cooking time happen when there is more rush, and it will be served many more. It happened with one time with me, and when I order shawarma from a very famous hypermarket, it was late night. And what happened, the shawarma guy was cutting the meat. I was working as a food inspector then. So what happened, this guy cutting the shawarma, then I was so vigilant, like like at that time, so it was switched off. So I was keenly watching him what he was doing, like. So what happened, I can see the color of the meat, it was undercooked when he cut the skewer, like, because he was hurried to serve me, but it was not cooked well, and I denied. And like it is too risky to have undercooked poultry meat. So ensure that it is, like whenever you are getting the shawarma, ensure that it is adequately cooked. You can watch it. So what happens sometimes, so they tend to slice, like they use some kind of, like as you can see in the picture, very the knife specially used for this purpose. And nowadays, like there is machines also, like a cutter that is specifically designed for that purpose. That also that will ensure a very thin layer. But some people are reluctant to use this one. So because of their practices and all these things, but ensure you have to ensure that the cutting happening only for the thin layer, because the layer inside that is undercooked. And another risk factor about this one, the sauces used this one, no? So mayonnaise or mayo garlic or kind of this one. Many sauces they use raw eggs. So you have to ensure that the egg used that is pasteurized eggs only, and to make sure that the mayonnaise is kept under mayonnaise or the sauces used for the preparation purpose that is not exposed to normal temperature, that is to be kept in refrigerator only. So at the time of serving only it should be taken out. So in order to keep it safe. So the site and the location. So you have to ensure that the shawarma machine and the meat, the skewer, this is in a protected area, protected from the outside environment. There can be dirt, dust, and all these things. So it should be an enclosed premise, or it should be inside the facility itself, protected from the environment contamination. And you have to ensure that there will be 3 points you have to be considered: the capacity of the premise. Of course, the premise should be licensed from the legal authority. So if it is in Dubai, it should be approved from, I mean, licensed from Dubai, Department of Economic Development. Then, when it comes to the basic requirements like power supply, water, wastewater, waste like sewage management facilities and all, of course, during license process, municipality will be ensuring this as part of the license issuance. So, and cleanliness, like stands and final preparation area. So we have a raw preparation area like the marination and skewer preparations, and final preparation area like after cutting this one, after cutting machine, the shawarma roll preparation, or the plate preparation. So the final preparation area, that also should be in a protected area that is not exposed to the outside environment, dirt and dust from outside. uh, Comfortable, like it says there is a source of heat, and the person very close to this will be tend. If you go to any shawarma like preparation areas, like chances of people to get exposed to heat, and they'll be sweating. So you have to ensure that the temperature control of the total area, if that is very important, and adequate area for the people to, because they have to cut the things and prepare the things, take the items. So the provisions should be available very close to that, and a hand wash facility and all. So adequate facility should be available along with the preparation uh, premises. So it should be comfortable for the preparation person to stand or to sit and do the preparation. So it's because depend upon the size and type of business and the process type of meat, because when you have there are restaurants like they are serving lot of shawarmas a day, and the skewer will be prepared like multiple, like more than one, two, three, four, like skewers will be used in one day. So depend upon the operation, the adequate facility should be available to keep it temperature controlled and keep it in this one. And like sometimes the skewer will be very heavy in weight, like in some restaurant, bigger restaurant, they are serving very huge number of shawarmas a day. So handling practices should be in a proper manner in order to ensure there is no contamination of the product and to ensure the safety of the people they are handling it. So when it comes to the preparation and storage facilities, so let's talk a little more deeper into this one. So like the preparation, there should be a cutting table if it is the slicing is involved, and a table with a sink, normally a butchery table or something like, with adequate knife and cutting boards, all the color code requirements, and the size requirement as per the Dubai Municipality Food Code. So that should be ensured, and as per requirement, like poultry and meat. So adequately separate areas should be ensured for this. So more than the size, the it depends upon the size of the operation. Like we cannot compare a premise they are selling like hardly 100 shawarma per day or 50 shawarma per day, and they are selling thousands or 5,000 shawarma per day. So the size matters, and the facility should be adequate for the operation. That is very important to maintain this one, and marination area to keep it safely. Uh, like many shawarmas, they will be using vegetables. Uh, they'll be using vegetables. So disinfection of vegetables should be ensured, and storage place for this one. Cutting boards, so there'll be like when it is a raw ready to eat item, so separate cutting boards should be there, dedicated knives, and it should be in a safe place that is away from contamination, free from contamination. So uh, like adequate facility for that is sink, double sink, and to like trained people, aware the people having awareness about the vegetable disinfection and all, and it should be temperature control after cutting, because like a shawarma preparation will be lasting for longer time. So very small batch, that is, and it should be like there'll be provisions to provisional store near to the I will be talking about that. I will be showing you the picture about that one. Normally you will be aware, you might have seen all these things, so that should be there. So yeah, here it is like the storage for the this will be the provisional store for the storage of vegetable, the cut vegetable for shawarma, and the mayonnaise. So it should be temperature controlled and controlled below 4 degrees Celsius. uh, like any sauce, some places they use mayonnaise, some places like they use hummus or hummus tahina. There are different kind of preparation, so accordingly it should be, but to ensure that it is properly temperature controlled. So the main stock will be in the refrigerator, and a provisional store should be available close to the preparation area. Here also it should be temperature controlled. Refrigeration storage depend upon the size. That is very important, like how many skewers you are going to use and the size of the skewers. Adequate space should be there. And when it comes to the grills, the to keep it like normally marinated things, or after putting the spices or the pre-preparation, it should be temperature control and kept inside the chiller below 4 degrees Celsius. So accessible hand wash thing, it is very important to be, it is accessible, because sometimes like many restaurants what happen, it is not like the shawarma person, especially like whenever the order is there, will be standing there or sitting there with the shawarma machine for longer time, and any exposure or any kind of contamination on hand, they'll have to ensure that hand wash is done adequately. So it should be in a closer space, accessible to the person who is preparing shawarma, and it should be in a safe area also, that because the water should not spill on the product, so that should be ensured. All other requirements regarding the hand wash has to be met. Shawarma stand for preparation to prepare the skewer, like as shown in the picture. There can be normally they are using this kind of table that is for the stand for keeping the skewer. So in order to prepare the skewer, like it should be kept like this way to ensure that it is stand upright to keep it safely arranged. So this facility should be ensured. And these all the material should be easily cleanable. So it's like advisable to have uh, made up of stainless steel. Uh, so a drip collection tray. What happened many preparation areas like the tray, the dripping happens. This is more critical on the grill preparation also, because what happened like and sometimes there is a bad practice of adding shawarma, like nowadays it is I think it is stopped because of people are more aware about this one. Like whenever there is order, like more this thing, they tend to add the things on the skewer when even when it is on the machine, like arranged on the machine. So what happened, the juices from the raw meat that will be coming to the skewer, that will be coming down, so that will contaminate all the even the prepared, like the cooked meat. So there is high risk attached to this one. And this dripping that should not be there, like once the skewer is done, you'll have to ensure that it is completely filled, that is completely finished. So if you want more, you'll have to replace the skewer with the new one, not replace with the meat on the same skewer. That is not allowed, and that is not as per the food safety good practices. That has lot of risk associated. So there should be a drip collection tray that should be placed below the skewer to collect the drip in order to prevent it to spread, because the down tray is used for preparing the shawarma, to cut the shawarma meat into pieces and roll it or arrange it on the plates. So ensure that the dripping not come to the meat and contaminating it. Same like when it comes to the grill, uh, like many places, it's a common practice nowadays. Like the cooked meat, the cooked well cooked or about to be served, that is all kept down, and the newly placed, the raw one, will be placed just above this one. You can. I'm talking about the grill machine, like on the skewer. So what happens after, once it start cooking, the juices that will come out and drip on the cooked or about to be served poultry meat that is almost cooked. So more like the, as you know well aware, like these juices have uh, it is raw, and there can be lot of microorganism, and they can cross contaminate the product. So as a good practice, what has to be done, the cooked one that should be kept, it's a very basic food safety practice, that should be kept on above, and the raw one, that should be loaded below areas like on the machine, so that dripping will go down. And another common practice nowadays in some restaurants, like this dripping water will be there will be some masala, there will be some spices. So what they are doing, like it is collected, and when they serve, this will be it will be uh, like on the serving, the on the meat, it will be brushed on the meat and served. So it is very highly risky, because the drip may have lot of or might have lot of microorganism on it. So it is not at all safe. If you want to add any spices after that, any curry or something like that, So ensure that it is fully cooked, it is well cooked. Ensure that the temperature reached in all areas like at least 75 degrees. Then before it is being like applied on the cooked grills. So like as a best practice, like this meat preparation that should be done on the establishment itself, but it's not possible always, no, like there'll be some like they are serving lot of like very huge quantity of shawarma per day. So like so they will have a centralized preparation areas. So you have to ensure that these centralized preparation areas has been identified by municipality and it is licensed and it is being inspected and it has following all the food safety practices. So like that is very important. So to summarize all these things together, starting from the beginning, like the shawarma or the grill, it start with the supply chain. So you have to ensure that it is the meat it is having of good quality and it is with coming from a approved supplier or a identified supplier approved by municipality in Dubai. Uh, and it is throughout the process being properly temperature controlled, especially pre-preparation done in a properly designed areas, and it is kept under temperature control in a well arranged, I mean having adequate facility for doing that, and ensure adequate temperature control for storage, adequate temperature control while cooking, and not to switch off the the heat source when there is no rush. So that is not a safe practice for longer time to switch off the the heat source. So well, can be it's a bad practice of food safety. And uh, cutting of the meat, that is another critical areas, to cut the thin layer of the meat and ensure that sufficient cooking time and sufficient like the heat source is sufficiently working and sufficiently cooked. And another practice here, especially some food safety uh, departments, they are asking to do this one a secondary cooking step, like after cutting it the thin slice from this one to cook, whether on a grill or in a tawa, or roast it or some kind of, to ensure the poultry meat to 75 degrees and meat at least 71 degrees, like that. Some standards are asking for that. So this is a good practice, can be followed, because to ensure that the meat is properly cooked. And especially another risk factor is the eggs, raw eggs. Whenever you are using raw eggs for preparing the sauces and the mayonnaise, ensure that you are using only like pasteurized eggs, and uh, it is kept under temperature control only. So these are all the things. Thank you for listening, and I hope you have any questions. You can ask now in the uh, in the chat box. You can type the questions. We'll be happy to answer, so we can have a good discussion on that. Thank you very much once again.